Did you see what happened with the Hamas hostages today?
That the ones who were dead.
Yeah. So like they
Well, I
recovered
think.
those kids who were like beaten and strangled and stuff. Did you see the Netanyahu video?
I mean, I saw the Yahoo video and I saw some images from Hamas.
All right, so yeah, I'll play it quick for context for anybody who hasn't seen it. But I don't know.
All right.
I have opinions on this. It's still fresh, but here I'll run it quick on 1.5 speed.
Today is a tragic day. It's a day of boundless sorrow, of indescribable pain. 4-year-old Ariel Bibas, his baby brother, 1-year-old Kfir, and 84-year-old Oded Lifshitz were brutally murdered by Hamas savages. Their bodies returned home to a nation in mourning, a nation that will never forget and never forgive the evil that cut down these beautiful souls. Since that black day on October 7th, when Hamas butchered and burned 1,200 of our families and friends, Israel waited with bated breath, hoping beyond hope that our hostages would survive the Hamas hell. Against all odds, we succeeded to bring many home. Some we rescued, some we tragically couldn't. The Bibas children in particular became the symbol of who we are and who we're fighting against. Here's a photo of the Bibas brothers. These perfect children, again, were 4 years old and less than 1-year-old when the Hamas savages snatched them from their mother's arms. She fought like a lioness to protect her boys. Just imagine their horror. Imagine their confusion. Perfect little children who never hurt a soul. A baby, for the love of God. They languished in captivity until Hamas murdered them in cold blood. Who kidnaps a little boy and a baby and murders them? Monsters, that's who.
So that's what happened. They found these kids today, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about this story, but like I can't help but have my initial thought be that like there's a. By the way, thank you, Luis Aceves. He says, Brandon and Bert, you guys are the best. Nah, you guys are the best.
All right.
But, yeah. But I cannot help but have the instinctual thought when I see something like this that there's a long history of, I don't know, like the side that is claiming that this happened to them being the ones who did this. Like it was a thing in World War I where they like had this media blitz of like the Germans like throwing babies against the wall and like cutting their heads off and doing all this, like throwing them in boiling water. And like it turned out to be fake. Like not obviously not saying this is fake. These kids died, but I'm like I can't help but wonder like this side that doesn't want this war to end. Like now they put this thing in front of the world where like literally my parents, grandparents are like I'm talking to them. They're like, oh my God, can you believe these monsters and Hamas did this? Like we have to wipe them out. And I'm like, wow. Like sure Netanyahu is feeling happy that the entire world feels that way right now.
Man, I don't even want to speculate on this subject. I know nothing about it.
Me neither. I mean, not like saying that that's the case. Like it could totally be the case that Hamas actually did this. That's what we're hearing right now. We'll go with that. But all I'm saying is that there's a like long recorded history of like this strategy being carried out for like a side that wants to kind of have public support to just be ruthless.
I think from both sides, all the images of dead children we've seen over the past 2 years is just horrifying,
Yeah.
And
I mean, they're going to respond viciously with this, I would imagine.
Which I think is fair enough, Like if I was running my country, I would respond. Imagine this happened to Trump.
Well, it did in some ways because Trump said that if they're not returned by Saturday, which I don't believe they're all returned yet, then all hell's going to break loose. So I'm expecting some nasty stuff to happen in the Gaza Strip right now. Yeah. Well, and people are going to start talking about that. I mean, I guess because it's not technically his say and he's used to people listening to him. So he's trying not to act rashly. And I've noticed that about him too. He's like, well, he's never been one to like act rashly. Like his words, he'll be rash and impulsive and say crazy things with his words. But like, can you think of a time where his actions have ever been that way? And I can't think of a time and that's a good thing that his actions have never been impulsive or rash.
I think the tomahawks that was it Jordan?
What? Jordan what?
When he sent a barrage of missiles. Syria. It was Syria.
Yeah.
You know about this?
Yep, I know, for the chemical gas attacks.
Yeah.
That didn't kill people though. That wiped out infrastructure mostly.
Yeah, he did wipe out most of the infrastructure, but he said it and he did it.
I don't even remember if he made a threat with that one. I feel like it just happened, and that was his response to it. But I think that maybe my assumption would be that we're actually using the CIA for good now, that he's trying to gather intel and like do as precise and vicious of a strike as possible to, see if he could like make a sizable dent in it without, actually hitting people that are like victims and part of the population. I don't know, but I expect some nasty stuff to happen in the Gaza Strip in the next week or two. And like I said, I don't think this conflict's not going anywhere. Not going
I don't think
anywhere.
it's going anywhere. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, and it will just get bigger and nastier.
Yeah. If you enjoyed the short clip, click right here to watch the full episode, and remember to subscribe to the channel. God bless.